Hello, everyone. So, a lot of things are going on in terms of local government elections. Remember that local government elections are already kicking off now, and so there are quite a number of interesting things that are going on, especially in Lagos State, where Seyi Tinubu is being accused of imposing, candidates. And many of them say that this is not the first time that he has imposed candidates, during the local government election, and he's doing it again. And so it says local Lagos Council election residents kick against Tinubu's son Seyi over alleged imposition of candidates. This is Sahara reporters, talking about it. Further investigation showed that the same scenario played out in the 2021 local council election, where he used his influence to turn the table after the original list of successful candidates was thrown out to favor his own candidates. And of course, he will be interested in doing it. Remember that there are a lot of talk and permutation that he's most likely, going to go run for gubernatorial election. Some are looking at it as maybe he's going to go now after the current governor has finished his 8-year term, which is in 2027. And then there are also others that look at it might not be now because he will be needed to go around. You see him going around through the northern states trying to pick up this thing for his father, drum up support for his father, because they really know it's really, really bad. Yeah, I mean, it's really bad. All the support that they had before, literally, they have lost a good number of it. And then others like I've done a video where I'm like, I don't think he might necessarily gonna run this time, but probably they might think about bringing in Ambode, because Ambode has only one term to do, and then after Ambode has done his term, which is to then bring Seyi Tinubu. But whatever the case is, you will see that it's very important for them to be in charge of local government. So by what he is doing and trying to according to the allegation against him, trying to impose candidates, by the time he has his own people that will be loyal to him, when it's time to either run for election or something, then these are people that, most times can be used for a lot of things, out there. Ahead of the July 12, 2025 local government elections, concerned residents of Lagos State have raised the alarm over what they termed as undue interference of Bola Tinubu's son Seyi into the electoral process. Some leaders of the ruling All Progressive Congress (APC) also voiced their concerns, noting that if Seyi's excesses are not urgently tamed, the party is not only capable of losing the elections to the opposition, but it might negatively impact the party's chances in the 2027 elections in the state. All of you remember that with the House of Assembly or Basa saga that happened, that a lot of people are angry, a lot of people are not happy, people who had voted for Obasa to be removed, and then Tinubu will force his way down, have his way, and have him reinstated. So those people are angry, and then now you have Tinubu's son, coming in. It is at this time that some of them will begin to think, are they going to be slaves forever? They've served Tinubu, probably their parents served Tinubu, they have served Tinubu. Now Tinubu's son is coming and lording it over them for them to be served. So that's a moment where people are also going to be thinking. One of the things also for me that I've said before, and I'm going to say it again, and I hope people really listen to it, is if we notice, a lot of the politicians are trying to hand over to their children. And I've even seen also where they say Obasa's son is also trying to run, for local government councillor. If we allow this to happen, so there's a bit of a gap. There's going to be a bit of a gap where this older generation are handing over to their children. And if we do not do anything about it, if we allow that handover to happen, then we're really going to be roasted for the next God knows how many decades. Because this other one, they are younger, they're going to be living maybe for the next 40, 50 years. And if we allow them to control the political space, we're done for, because they are Ivy League educated, they are tech savvy, they're social media savvy, they're very ruthless. They've always looked upon Nigerian wealth as their personal wealth. They've lived on corruption and corrupt practices, so they don't have any any ounce of empathy. They don't even know what the poor looks like, how they have disdain for the poor. It's going to really be a whole lot messy for us. It's almost like the moment in 1999 where we did not take the advantage of the military leaving, because a lot of us thought the military were not going to leave. A lot of politicians felt the military were never going to go anywhere, and so they did not participate in the electoral process. And 4 years after, when they came in 2003, these other charlatans and criminals had already gained ground and refused to allow things go, and they brought in the violence that we have today in our society. With all of those, it starts from that political thuggery. Every election, you don't collect back the guns that you've put in the society. These guns are going to be used, against the citizen, and it continues to go in this way. Coming back to the article, a resident of Agege, Segun Odion, alleged that Seyi Tinubu has started the process of installing his stooges in the 20 local governments and 37 local council development areas, LCDAs, against the popular aspirants who are capable of bringing dividends of democracy and development to the grassroots. I can tell you that Seyi has standby candidates across the local government. This is aimed towards having a soft landing when he is ready to contest for the governorship seat in the state. He has started spending money which those already on the queue for several years cannot spend. So this is the thing. Those that have been waiting, like they said, on the queue, serving his father, serving the party, waiting hopefully to get in. All of a sudden, this youngster who has the money is there to spend it all and has spent them. And well, it's interesting, and it's going to lead to an interesting, outcome. As we go into 2027, Tinubu might not have it as easy as he thinks, he's going to have it. And even the actions of Seyi Tinubu also. Some people are going to start thinking, are they going to be slaves forever? You serve the father, you serve the son. He probably will be serving the grandchildren, and it is what it is. But we are here. We'll continue talking about this. And what I want every one of us to take into cognizance is, what are we doing? We can't just wait for these people to decide our lives. They put in the work. We also have to, put in the work and begin to decide who are the candidates that we're looking for. The local government election that is going to be hard. Who are the people that you want to see there? Who are the people that can run? Can we all come together, put monies together, raise money for them, and help them win elections? Thank you so much for watching. Thank you. And please think about it. It's not a rhetoric question. It's a question that you need to answer. Thank you so much, and bye.